Hey you guys, what's up? It's Jack. So quickly, before you thumbs down this video and then log out and thumbs it down with your 5 other YouTube channels, hear me out for 5 seconds. I hook up, you hook up, we all hook up. It's something that we all do. It's about time we talk about it. It's about time that we stop being ashamed of it. Let me just say really quickly, I have a reputation for being a big, huge slut on YouTube, and I understand why I have that reputation, because I do talk about this stuff freely. That being said, I don't have sex with a new stranger every day of the week. But also, that being said, I'm also not the Virgin Mary. I'm not pretending to be some saint over here. I can be a hoe. You guys can be a hoe. We all can be hoes. We all can be thoughts. But it's about time that we talk about this shit and we're not ashamed of it. So this video will include 3 stories. I've been waiting to tell these stories because they're just dumb. 3 awkward stories involving hookups. 2 of these are awkward because of other people. 1 of them is awkward because of me. And let me just say, I'm in no position to judge other people for being awkward in hookup situations. I can be awkward as all fucking hell. One last thing before I get into this video, I just want to say, since it does involve hooking up, if you guys are gonna hook up, wait till you're ready. Don't do it in dangerous situations. Don't get chlamydia, gonorrhea, don't get pregnant. Be smart, be safe, carry no shame. Let's get right into the video.
Lick, 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 lick. I wanna eat your dick.
Okay, you guys, so this first story, it's dumb. And let me just say, this isn't a full-on, like, hookup story involving, like, oh, my dick was in somebody's butt. But it belongs in here because every single time I think about this story, I just laugh. It's so stupid. And I was just remembering it the other day, but okay, you guys, I had never received a foot job before, and that sounds weird, but you know what? This was unwanted. I did not ask for this, okay? So when I was a freshman in college, I probably wasn't out until around Halloween time, so there was a good, like, 2-month period in college where I was, like, trying to be bro, mask, like, chugging some beer, going to watch sports to convince everyone that I was straight. All of my friends were in this dorm room and we were drinking, and at some point everyone left the room and I was alone with this one girl. I was sitting on a chair in the middle of the room and she was literally lying across the floor like a mess. And at one point she had rested her foot in between the small triangle between my legs. You know when you're kind of like have your legs spread out on a chair, there's that like small triangle where you can like rest something? She rested her foot there. And okay, you guys, I'm not the type of guy that's like grossed out by feet, like, oh my god, like I don't vomit at the sight of them. If you take care of your feet, like they're not gross, they can be like moderately nice, you know what I mean? But I hate when people have, and this is, I even hate saying this, and everyone's gonna shudder when I say this, I hate when people's feet are moist. She had moist feet. They were clammy. They were making pearls. She slowly slips her foot through the opening in my shorts and starts massaging my foot with her dick. No, wait. My dick with her foot, sorry. She was giving me all these looks like, does that turn you on? And like, I didn't know what to do. So there I was, like, kind of acting like I was enjoying it, but at the same time, things like that, like foot jobs, all that stuff, hand jobs, whatever you're doing, it always is supposed to lead to something else. Like, it's supposed to lead to like, come here, baby, and give me head, suck my dick. Me being the gay boy that I was, I didn't want it to lead to anything else. So it hung in this awkward, like, you're massaging my dick with your feet for like a good 5 minutes. And of course, to my horror, everyone comes bursting back into the room, and I thought she was gonna pull her foot out of my shorts, but she never did, and she just kind of left it in there, like left her leg, and it was so obvious that it was there. I remember at one point it was so awkward, all conversation had died down because no one knew what to do anymore, so we started talking about the weather. We were like, oh yeah, the weather is kind of like warmer than I thought it would be as I'm getting a foot job in the middle of the room. At one point we were talking about the view out of this guy's dorm room window, like being like, yeah, like it's a nice view, but I wish it was viewing the lake instead of the, you know, the parking lot, as I'm getting a foot job in the middle of the room. And after about 5 minutes, I eventually got up and was like, I need to pee. Also, my dick was flaccid as all hell. Like she probably thought I had the smallest dick in the world. I'm sorry my dick wasn't charmed by your grubby feet, woman. I don't know what you want me to say. It's funny because the next day I saw her and we were friends, but she completely denied that that happened, and I was like, excuse me, are you trying to tell me that I imagined that you were caressing my bare genitals with your moist feet? Was I imagining that in my head? Was it a hallucination? I don't think so. And it's also funny because then she started working at, I ran into her all the time after that. She started working at the dining hall making sandwiches, and it's a good thing she didn't make sandwiches with her moist feet, let me just say that. So this next story is really quick, but I just want to say it because it belongs here, but I really do want to get to like the grand finale story, but I have to include this story. This happened when I was at a Halloween party. I was a senior in high school. I was goth. This guy was dressed up as a gladiator. This was ballsy, by the way, because I was not out in high school at all. We decided we were gonna like slink up and sneak up to one of the bedrooms and like hook up and all that stuff. But at one point, and this is where, I get nauseated when people burp in my presence. Whenever I need to burp, you guys, I burp in front of you guys, but you guys obviously aren't here, you know what I mean? But poor Seth Heinbach, he burped in my mouth, you know, what do you, it happened, Seth, sorry. We weren't actually making out at the time, but he was like 2 inches away from my face. He was leaning in to make out with me, so I opened my mouth, and instead of feeling his lips against mine, I felt air. Because he burped, and then I breathed it in, and I tasted it, and I swallowed it, you know what I mean? His burp went through my lungs. The oxygen of his burp traveled through my veins, in my bloodstream. And he was like, I'm so sorry that I just burped. And I was like, you know what, it's okay. But I felt really bad, and I felt kind of obligated to make out with him for an additional 20 minutes. And then I was like, you know what, Seth Heinbach, the room is spinning. I need to go get some water. And I got up, and I ran downstairs. The room wasn't spinning, and I also got vodka. But I left him, and I was like, I'll be back to finish this. And Seth, you weren't giving me a whole lot to work with. So while I was downstairs, I continued to drink, and then I got into a car with my friends and went to the local diner and got some waffle fries. And by the time I got back, Seth Heinbach was fast asleep. But you know what? Moral of the story, don't burp in people's mouths. And you guys, that leads us to the last story, which, just to set the stage, also occurred when I was in college. Let me just say, I was hooking up with a boy. This was one of those rare instances where I was actually having, like, actual sex, not just like, ooh, a hand job, ooh, a foot job, you know what I mean? Like, I was actually having sex. And this particular boy in general had the whitest of white sheets. Fuck those white sheets. Let me just say, fuck the threads in those sheets, fuck the sewer of those sheets, fuck the inventor of the color white. We decided to do gay sex on those white sheets. Bad idea. There I was, bottoming, you know, making this damn boy's head spin, you know, just kidding. I was actually laughing hysterically. That's what I do, because I hate bottoming, and when I'm in pain, I just laugh. I'm laughing hysterically, I'm like, ha 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 ha. You know what, if you're a comedian and no one ever laughs at your jokes, just get me to fucking bottom for you, and I will give you a standing ovation. I'll be laughing all night long. So anyway, we finished doing gay sex. I was happy that that was over. I was so happy I got up and did a fucking backflip. No, I'm just kidding. And then this is where it gets... He turns on his lights. By the way, screw you and your damn lights. Screw Thomas Jefferson Edison for inventing electricity, because those lights went on and they illuminated something on his damn white sheets. There was a noticeable discolored stain on these white I don't know what it was, okay? I don't know. To this day, it is an unsolved mystery, unsolved mysteries of the ER. But boy, let me tell you, it was like nothing I had ever seen before. I was hoping to God that he didn't see it as well, but you know what? Fuck his eye doctor for giving him contacts, and fuck his little eyeballs, because those things, those beady things, his eyes zoomed in on that damn stain. And you know what? Any normal person, would be like, oh, like they would pretend that they didn't see it, they'd leave to get a paper towel or something like that. He said, ew, what is that? Don't call it out. Don't call it out. That's like when you have a pimple on your face and somebody's like, what, you have a pimple on your face? It's like, no shit. You think I don't see it? I see everything, motherfucker. I don't need you to call it out. Also, in that moment, the rage that I felt for him for calling it out, it's like, don't you me. I just bottomed for you. I sacrificed my body like a lamb on an altar to Satan. I did a lot for you. You know what? You owe me. You owe me your soul. So I threw my underwear over the stain to cover it, because he was walking over to inspect it. I'm like, what are you gonna do, mister? I didn't know what it was, okay? I had no idea, but you know what? You can be damn sure I roped off that bedroom like it was a crime scene. I was like, get the fuck out of my way, and I slammed the door in his face. And then, you know what? I inspected that damn stain under the beating rays of my iPhone light. And it was like weird and jelly-ish, and like it was see-through. You guys, the closest thing I can compare it to is, you know how there's bubbles in hand sanitizer? There was like floating bubbles in this jelly-like phlegm substance. I don't know, okay? But in that moment, I was like, I cleaned it up, I sprayed some of my cologne on it, and then I was like, you know what, I need to leave, boy. And then I pulled out my umbrella, opened it, and floated away. And then you can bet your ass when I got home, I lurked. Like that Kris Jenner meme, I lurked on the internet being like, anal excretions. The thing is, I know he thought I shit all over his bed, but like what? I should work at a fucking donut store if I can shit out jelly on command. And again, when I found no answers on the internet, I pulled another Kris Jenner meme and I was like, you know what? This is a case for the FBI. And then he kept contacting me. This boy kept contacting me and he'd be like, yo, let's have sex. Come by. And I'd be like, fuck that shit. You did it. Fuck that shit. Which wasn't what came out of my ass. It was jelly. It wasn't shit. Fuck that, because you did nothing to qualm that situation. You called attention to it. You made me feel weird. You're never again gonna feel the sweet feel of the insides of my ass ever again. Get out of my ass. Get out of my face. Get out of my life. Bye. Amen. In Jesus' name I pray, okay? And you guys, those are my 3 stories about hooking up, my awkward hookup experiences. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give it the thumbs up. Comment below with your thoughts. Let me know what's going on. Let me know if I'm crazy or weird. If you guys want other storytime videos by me, I'll have them linked below. Last week's video linked below where I try on slutty Halloween costumes. You guys should definitely check that out. That'll be right in the description below. Also, check out my last storytime video about the time I bled during sex. That is another awkward sexual experience, but you know what? I didn't include that in this video because that was a video all on its own. Also, I'll link below my last video about why I hate LA and why I took a huge dump on LA because, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but that's okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to follow me on Instagram at jmerridew, Twitter at officialjackn, and my Snapchat is jmerridew as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.